Good morning, children. Sai Ram. I think you are all ready for the exam. Okay. So today let us have the revision of the next chapter. That is chapter number 3, An Earthquake in Assam. By, do you know who is that? Yes, Ruskin Bond. Let us start. Children, in order to remember the important points in the lesson, we have some key points for you, because in the exam any question can be asked, so you have to remember each and everything. Okay, let us go through the key points, then it will be easy for you, right? Okay, now this story, An Earthquake in Assam, is a story that talks about the famous earthquake of Assam and Bengal, which took place on 12th June 1897. Remember the date, children? When did it take place? 1897. Okay. Then, Ruskin wasn't born then. But this story is about his grandfather, and his father was a child then. Right? His grandfather had the habit of spending unnecessary time while bathing in a tub. So what habit he had? He had the habit of wasting time or bathing in a time, enjoying, okay, in a tub. Then sometimes he would sleep there or splash water like a child for hours. He used to enjoy. Grandmother was always concerned over grandfather's bathing habit, and instinctively she was sure that if the natural calamity strikes any time, then grandfather will be found in the bathroom. So, what was grandmother's concern? She was worried, and she commented also that if any calamity strikes, it will be found that grandfather is there in the bathtub. Okay, let's see what happens. So, what have we seen in the story? When really an earthquake strikes, grandfather was in the tub. What did he do? He ran for his life from the back door. Why? Because the front door was blocked due to pile of boxes, furniture and bricks. So only back door was the only way to exit. So what did we find? Because of the earthquake, there was devastation everywhere. So due to earthquake, many buildings, dams and thatched roofs tumbled down to rubble. It causes much damage to property and many lives are lost. Though its center was Shillong, but it was such a record-breaking high in intensity that its effect was seen till Calcutta and Bhagalpur. So the earthquake was so intense that its effect could be seen till Calcutta and Bhagalpur, which is so far away. Even trains were overturned and derailed. So what did grandfather do? Grandfather took his family under a wooden cottage, which surprisingly didn't come down in such havoc-causing earthquake. Even though all the other places where you find the devastation, but that wooden cottage was saved. So he took his family that place. Somehow, grandfather, along with his family, manages to move to Calcutta. So where did he go? He took his family to Calcutta. People there too were terrified. They slept in the open or in carriages for many nights. Though Calcutta was far away, but still the cracks on buildings and mansions were evident. It was clear. Everywhere, even if Calcutta was far away, the buildings there were cracks. So you can understand what were the effects. It was going to be Diamond Jubilee of Queen Victoria, and for that the proposal of 60 guns salute was mandated. That means it has to be done. Grandfather was against it because he thought that much firing will bring many of the cracked buildings down. Everywhere there was devastation. So he thought if the guns are fired, the buildings will come down. On the other hand, salute to Queen was also important. Okay, but what do we find? The guns were fired and nothing happened to Calcutta. It remained standing. So this was the story. Okay, children, some of the questions we have already given you, we have sent you in the notes, but some questions we had told you to do it on your own. So these questions we are discussing today. Reference to context question. Now such questions you can answer only if you have read the lesson, right? So read the lesson properly. One sentence is taken from the lesson. Let us see. At first, I did not realize what it was that caused my tub to sway about and the water to splash. Now, here, who is the speaker here? Because if you have read the lesson only, you can answer, right? So, who is the speaker here? Because I is written, no name is written. So, you should read the lesson. So, who is the speaker here? The speaker is the narrator's grandfather. Where is the speaker at this moment? So, what was the moment? Earthquake had struck. So, if you have not read the lesson, how will you understand which moment? So, read the lesson properly. Okay? So, the speaker is in the bathtub. So, this moment when the earthquake had struck, grandfather, that is speaker is grandfather. So, grandfather was in the bathtub. What was it that the speaker did not realize? The speaker, grandfather, the speaker did not realize as to what caused his tub to move or sway about in the washroom. So he did not realize why he was swaying, right? So the next question, what was the reaction of the speaker? What did he do? He rose up. He got up and found the earth heaving, moving, right? What time did grandfather usually have his bath? When he used to take his bath? He usually had bath in the morning. What is the important word here? Morning, right? Why was grandfather unable to open the door? Why he was not able to open the door? Grandfather couldn't open the door as boxes, furniture and plaster had come up against it. So all these things had blocked his way. So he couldn't come out. How did the people of Calcutta react to the earthquake? What did they do? People were very nervous and they slept in the open or in carriages. So children, with this we finish with all the questions which are there in the textbook. Some brief questions are also there. Those answers are given to you all. So as always, I have already told you, if the personal questions come, you have to write in your own words whatever you feel, right? Now, since no personal question is there, let us do some synonyms and antonyms. So similar meaning, synonyms. Here in this lesson we have so many new words, so you have to remember the synonyms or the meanings, right? So let's start. Wallowing. Wallowing means rolling about. So grandfather used to wallow in the water. Okay. Then convulsed. What is convulsed? Shook violently. Okay. Memoirs, written records. Picturesque, charming. Now the other synonyms. Hideous means unpleasant. Intimation means hint. Swayed, that is moved from side to side. Posterity means all future generations. Extricated means freed. Synonyms of extricated here means freed. Next word, reminiscence means reminders. Tedious, here uncomfortable. Stoicism, that is uncomplaining behavior. Aggrieved, resentful. Pluckily means bravely. Asunder means apart. Rickety means likely to collapse. Battered, that is synonym is damaged. Now that we have finished with synonyms, let's have antonyms. Antonyms are opposite words. So antonyms, when you actually write in the paper, you have to remember, you have to put a cross. And for synonyms, a dash, right? Now let's have the antonyms. Severe, opposite mild. Recent, opposite old or formal. We can write any one. Loudly, opposite is quietly or silently. So if the word is loud, you have to write quiet or silent. Don't change it. Don't change the parts of speech. If it is adverb, you have to write adverb only, right? So if it is loudly, you will write quietly or silently. Similarly, difficulty, opposite is ease. If the word is difficult, you will write easy. But if it is written difficulty, you have to write ease. Then forwards, opposite backwards. So next word, posterity, opposite ancestor. Rapid, slow. Entrance, exit. Disappeared, appeared or reappeared. So if the word is disappear, you will write appear. But if it is disappeared, You will write appeared. Don't forget the tense. Don't change the tense. Tedious, exciting, or interesting. I hope, children, this revision will help you for answering the questions. Right? Anyway, go through the lesson, be thorough with the lesson, and be ready for the exam. Okay? Best of luck. Till then, goodbye.